Hey guys, I'm going to do a quick update before Christmas. It's a bit behind schedule, and the reason why is because Battlestorm Gazala has ended up becoming this huge thing that I didn't expect it to be. So in the last video, I think I said that it would be just over 20,000 words, and I'd cut it down to 20,000, which is about 2 hours worth of video. Turns out it ended up being 33,000 words, which I've now cut down to 27,300. Some people said, when I made a post about this, that, oh no, you shouldn't be cutting stuff out. I don't think you guys realise what the difference between a first draft and a second draft is. I was just polishing it. I wasn't really cutting content as such. You know, instead of saying this division, this division, this division, this division all did this, I could just say the British advanced and cut it down. Certain things I don't need to speak, I can just show it on the map. So you're not losing content when I cut stuff down. It's just becoming a more polished script. So that's what I meant when I said I've cut it down. But yeah, it ended up being 33,000 words, and then I cut it down to 27,300. So the video is not going to be 2 hours long. It's going to be more closer to 3 hours, which is obviously a lot of difference. So you're getting more content, but and I'm still aiming for spring with that. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So there may be a bit of a delay with that. And I haven't finished recording it. I haven't finished getting the units ready. I was hoping to have done that by mid-December. That's why this video is late. But obviously it's gotten a bit out of hand. However, I do actually think Battlestorm Gazala is going to be, in terms of quality, it's going to be the best Battlestorm I've ever done. It may not be the most popular. It may not get all the views. It may not be as epic as Stalingrad ended up being. But I think from start to finish, it will just be a much better Battlestorm. It'll probably be the best one I've ever done. I can already tell the script is far better than, let's say, certainly the first few episodes of Stalingrad. I think if you go back and watch them, and then you watch, let's say, mid-40s Stalingrad, episode 40s, you'll see a huge difference in both the style and also the quality of the video. And Stalingrad was really a learning curve, and I've learned so much from that applying it all to Gazala has just brought it out. It's brought out the quality. So I think this will set the standard going forward, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's ended up being different than what I thought it was going to be when I last did the last update. It's become this huge thing, and I just love it. I love every second of it. So I think the script is going to be better. I think I will put a screenshot on the screen, hopefully, of the updated map, and also the fact that the units and the symbols and stuff, they've all got shadows on them. I figured it out. Blender. I have figured out Blender, finally. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a great video, and hopefully the quality will be better than anything I've done before. Obviously, it's the day before Christmas when I'm recording this. I think I should get this out the same day, but hopefully, if not, it'll be on Christmas Day itself. So Merry Christmas, guys. But I need to finish the recording of Gazala. I need to finish the units. I need to start the screenplay. I need to basically get Christmas and New Year out the way before I do any more content. So this next week or so is there's just not going to be any content on the channel. However, there is a couple of things that you need to be aware of. First, I intend to get through the Patreon Q&As. We are years behind with them, and for everyone who has asked a question, my intention is to actually catch up with them. I think going forward I need to do something different because the Patreon Q&A system's not working. I'm not changing anything at the moment, but I am considering just suspending it, or maybe doing something else with it, or maybe I might have to. Free market dictates I may have to actually charge more. I'm not sure yet. So nothing's changing at the minute, but I'm just putting the idea out there that it's not fair on people to be asking questions to not receive an answer for like 4 years. So something needs to change then. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but that change will happen at some point. I do intend to do polls on the channel though, and possible other questions and stuff like that. I may post other things. There was a poll I also did recently whereby I asked, hey, do you guys believe in the supernatural or any form of supernatural things, such as God, such as gods? Some people got confused by this and said, well, I believe in some but not the other. Okay, if you believe in some and not the other, that's fine. You don't have to necessarily believe in fairies. It's basically like, are you religious, or are you into spirituality? Are you into faith? If the answer is yes, that's the first one, obviously. And if it's no, you're atheist or agnostic, then you'd say no. And the reason why I did that was because it's important for a future video. And I want to gauge your stance on that. It's currently roughly 50-50 as I'm recording this, which is kind of interesting. I didn't expect that, so that's interesting. But yeah, it doesn't matter really. It doesn't matter. I don't care what you actually believe in. I just need to know where you stand. That's basically the issue there. Other people have asked me if I can make a response video to a certain YouTuber. The answer is no. And the reason why is because A, I haven't watched it. B, I don't see the point. I will be making a history theory video. I mentioned that last time. I have been working on that. I think I've made some major breakthroughs in that. The dim hypothesis, people told me to read that. I have partially read it. I've not got all the way through it yet because I've been focusing on Gazala. And the reason I'm not further ahead with that is because of Gazala, but also the fact I've been ill, and December's a busy month anyway. So, the run up to Christmas, there's a couple of birthdays in December. So I've actually been forced to take breaks. I've been forced to, I've had to do things which I didn't normally do. So I've fallen behind with some of this stuff as well, partly because of that. So my intention is to get that out before I do any more political or bank stuff, especially. And there's reasons for that, and I'll maybe touch upon it in the video, but I need to get a history theory video. And by the way, it doesn't matter where you stand on this, if you're into tanks, banks, anything else, I would like you to watch that video. It is important, and you'll see why when I create it. But it will explain to you why I was burnt out and why I got out of it. And I think going forward, what I'm about to say in that history video is going to be super important. And it could even make or break the channel. So we'll see. So it's kind of an interesting one. But yeah, watch that. I'll also say as well that I'm trialing a new type of content behind the scenes. I'm not going to go into any detail with that because I haven't trialed it yet. I've got an idea for something, and we're going to be trialing it behind the scenes. So it may not see the light of day, but I just want to point out that I am testing the waters for something new. And a lot of you, I think, will be happy. Some of you will be upset. But ultimately, I want to try something a bit different. And so there is something going on behind the scenes. But otherwise, Stalingrad is over. Thank you to everyone who put comments on the videos for that. And I just wanted to kind of end this video by just saying something perhaps a bit surprising. Can't get my words out. Surprising to you guys. Which is that when I finished episode 51 of Stalingrad, it went out and I got all that amazing feedback. Thank you very much. A lot of you were saying things like, you should be feeling amazing, you should be feeling good, you should feel proud, you should feel whatever. Really happy that Stalingrad was finished. And honestly, I didn't feel a thing. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel sad. I didn't feel... I mean, intellectually, obviously, I'm glad it's over because I was bored of it by the end. I'm also relieved in the sense of, okay, I'm glad we're beyond it and moving on to something better. And obviously, I'm happy that it's finished and it's there. But emotionally, I don't feel anything. And I think this might be surprising to a lot of people. You might be thinking, well, surely, you've worked all these years, you've got this thing out, it's great, it's epic, why don't you feel anything? And the answer is because when, let me ask you a question. What is the most fun part of driving a train? Is it the driving of the train down the tracks, or is it pulling up at the station? The answer is the driving of the train down the tracks is what is the most fun part of driving a train. If you were in a sports car driving around a track, you're like, yeah, I'm driving around the track. You're not thinking, oh, I can't wait till I get to the pit stop. So reaching the destination is not the fun part. It's the journey. And, that does sound kind of woo-woo magic, but it's actually true. The fun part is actually doing the thing, not arriving at your goals. Winning the lottery doesn't, I've not won it, but I would imagine winning the lottery is not the be-all and end-all you think it is. It's only the be-all and end-all when you're playing to win the lottery. Once you actually win the lottery, it's like, yay, oh. And a lot of students see this. You go through university, you go through all of education, like, yes, I finally got this degree. You have a nice day, you have you put your cap on, you're like, yay, and then what? Right? You have to pick another goal. And that's the thing. You get to the first station, you're like, well, I need to set another goal. I need to keep driving the train, because again, the train is what matters, right? So you select another goal and you drive to that next station. And it's not about reaching the station, it's about being on the track and moving in that direction. Now, eventually you should obviously reach the destination, but again, once you reach that destination, you've got to pick another one. And so that's kind of what's happened here. It's like, I've reached this destination, it's like, great, amazing, I'll have a 5-minute break and then I'm moving on again. And that's essentially, except for I didn't have a 5-minute break. I need to take a day off at some point, maybe tomorrow, Christmas Day. But yeah, that's what I wanted to leave you guys on, say like, anyone out here who's like, oh, I can't wait till I retire, or I can't wait till I get my degree, or I can't wait till I've achieved this thing that I want to achieve. Guys, it's not about the achievement of the thing, it's about the driving the train down the tracks. Enjoy the journey, and if you don't enjoy the journey, learn to enjoy it, because that is actually the majority of your life, is achieving that. So it's like, oh, I want to retire, that's my end goal. Then get enjoying the journey, because your retirement comes right at the end. And when you hit that, you'll be like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. And you'll set yourself a new goal. So on that note, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.